Hey, what the hell is going on, you guys? It is Player NegativeAE, and welcome back to another episode of When They Cry. Last we left off, we had met Shion, and we kind of went through the tips on whether or not Shion is a real person or not. I think I'm a little bit confused about why you can leave Hinamizawa now, but still be alright. I don't know how that works, with the first game kind of setting up that the curse was cursing anybody that left or came back, and now it's like you can leave because that, but maybe I don't think, but then we did leave because we went to the game shop with the whole group, and that was outside of Hinamizawa. Am I right? I don't know. I'm gonna stop worrying about it so much. Just so everybody knows before we get into this, I think Shion is a separate thing. Like, I think they're separate, but that's just because I like really want to believe that that's the case, and it's seeming like maybe it's not. Lazy yeah wafted through the class in response. After the school day was going to be home economics class. The plan was for everybody to make curry rice and then give it to the forest rangers who let this building be rented out as a school. If everybody were making curry in the same pot, it would have been more of a party-like atmosphere, but this was school after all. Excluding the youngest students, each one of us would be making our own curry with the results being judged. It seemed like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry, but well, whatever. Huh. It's still loud. That explosion, like, look at my volume. That explosion's still loud, and it's like that. Embedded into my fingertips, a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula hummed gently as they still quivered. The teacher, while still mixing her own pot, was looking this way, smiling. Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire. Hey. It's written all over her face. If the playing field is even and we're being judged, there's no way this won't turn into a competition. I knew it. There's no way Mion would leave such an enticing event alone. Is this saying, but wait, there's more? The teacher reappeared with the principal in tow. Is it just me or the voice is quieter now? I don't know. I think they are. Hold on. Does this change the volume of the voices? It does. The explosions are gonna have to be loud. Because that's much louder, right? Even the principal looking around, it seemed like the interest of everybody in class had been piqued.
そういうわけ。のんびりしたカレーパーティーなんかには終わらせないよ。レナ、カレーは得意だよ。今日は負けないよ。私の学年は班で作りますから、リカと一緒なのですわよ。
汚ねえ。リカちゃんは確かかなりの料理上手じゃ。
僕のカレーで美味しくって体がどうにかなっちゃうのです。
What about Mion? She doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Her type has always been bad at this kind of thing. But Mion continued to look unconcerned.
ケイちゃんが今思ってることを当ててあげるよ。ミオンはきっと料理が下手に違いない。でしょう。
I don't like the way she said that. It couldn't be. Mion couldn't possibly. That moment, the teacher's whistle
では
sounded.
皆さん、いいですか？刃物には十分に気をつけてください。はじめ。
Call to arms had sounded. I actually don't know what she's gonna do. We had to use an outdoor kit to cook the rice, but it wasn't that difficult for a camping veteran like me. Put the rice into the canister, push your palm to the bottom, and fill the water just above the wrist.
本当にそんな水加減でいいんですの？もっと入れないといけないそうですよ。
You filthy liar. If I put in any more, I'll just be left with some half-cooked porridge.
さとこ、それが罠のつもりなら残念だったな。俺は慣れてるぞ、飯盒炊飯は。はじめちょろちょろ中パッパ。赤子泣いても蓋取るな。
Wait, am I giving her instructions? Get out of here.
ケイチくんすごいね。
You should just keep all that shit to yourself.
ちょっと意外。サマーキャンプで習ったのかね。
親父がデイキャンプが好きでさ、夏場なんかにはよく家族で出かけるんだよ。
ってことは、全員ご飯の炊き方は問題なし。つまり、勝負の分かれ目はカレーの方ってことになるね。ふん、カレーこそ理科の独壇場ですわよ。皆さんのご天板ですわ。
理科のってとこが泣けるぞ。お前も何か料理を手伝えよ。
ひょっとするとさとこちゃんは何もお手伝いをしないのが一番のお手伝いなのかもね。勝負は勝てば官軍でございますわよ。
It was a pretty malicious comment for Rena. Satoko took it hook, line, and sinker. Rena could only apologize between fits of laughter while Satoko chased her around.
じゃあ早速カレーの方に行こうかね。ここからが勝負どころだよ。
After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasped the knife.
今日のカレーはどんな味？
As Rena hummed along, her very well-practiced hands wielded her knife. Rhythmical sound of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to the kind of images of days long past. Simply put, it was perfect. It was so common practice. I seriously don't understand, or don't stand a chance. I looked over at Satoko and Rika-chan. Satoko was in charge of washing the vegetables, while Rika-chan was in charge of peeling them. That's what I heard being discussed, but Rika-chan's knife skills are something else as well. She was happily rotating the potato and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peel spanned the entire potato. What was that called again? Katsuramuki? Katsuramuki. Katsuramuki? I don't know. I've heard that peeling a vegetable in one loop is like that is a highly regarded technique. She picked up the peel from the sink and carved a pair of eyes into it with her knife. The snakes roar? Saying that, she she placed the longly peeled potato skin on top of the head of a boy from her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it comes to Rika-chan and cooking, I couldn't even hold a candle to her. But, okay, thank you. I thought we were just gonna ignore this up here. The snakes make that sound? I'm glad we acknowledged that. Alright then, how's Mion doing? She's definitely just fumbling along. There's no way she could peel a potato so effortlessly like that. Absolutely no way. Jesus Christ. Like, they're loud for me too. This can't be. You've got to be kidding me. This is a trick. She's using special effects. As if she had already won, Mion proudly showed me the elongated potato skin. You didn't know, Keiichi? Interesting. Strangely enough, the latter items were more realistic. It was the first few items on that list that seemed like a lie. Damn it. I'm also really good at cooking. Especially Chinese food. Wow, how humble of you, Keiichi. Shot down before I could even say it. They can read your mind, dude. You don't know it yet. Probably. This does not look good. Everybody is smirking at me. Don't raise the white flag yet, Keiichi Maebara. Don't throw away this match. Calm down and think. Not about how to peel those potatoes well, but how to win this challenge. There's too many people watching. Interesting. Saying only that, I gathered up all the vegetables and left that spot behind. No matter how hard I try peeling these, if I slip up at this speed, I'll lob my fingers right on. There's only one thing left to do. It was the two underclassmen that had become my sworn brothers ever since that event at the toy store last Sunday. They had been paired with two girls for their group. That's a killer voice actor. Both of them pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rena, but they were both good enough at handling a knife. Both of them were hesitant after such a weighty proposal. Just one more little push seems in order. Very well then, let's make them an offer they can't refuse. I pulled both of them close by the shoulders and made my offer in a hushed tone. That's stupid. I'll even throw in the spoons. The red mist spouted vigorously from the noses of the two underclassmen.
あら、ケイチさんも結構やりますのね。綺麗なじゃがいもですこと。
Having brilliantly cleared the vegetable peeling challenge, I returned to my comrades in triumph.
すごいねすごいね。ケイチくんの皮むき上手だよ。違うね。
That's not
ケイ
correct.
ちゃんが剥いたのはじゃがいもじゃなく。
ああ、俺はとっくに本気だぞ。てめえらまとめてぶっ潰してやるぜ。
Having finished with preparing the vegetables, next is to boil a pot of water, then add the vegetables in the order of which it takes longest to cook. I learned this part from my mother when we went camping. But just cooking in order, it probably won't garner a lot of points. I looked over at Rena. She had a variety of vegetables cooking together in a delicate balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating a way to win the game. She was making delicious food with a mother's touch. I had a feeling that I could somehow compete with Mion in terms of technique, but I would be no match for Rena. She was way out of my league.
うちのお母さんのカレーはね、いっつも具だくさんだったんだよ。だからレナのカレーも具だくさんなの。本当は一晩かけてじっくり煮たいんだけどね。
頼む。俺のカレーにも少しお力を貸してくれないか。
ダメだよ。これ部活だもの。レナは負けないよ。
Ugh, when she enters club mode, even the normally kind Rena becomes an enemy. Looks like Rika-chan is cooking apples as well. She's like a pro at this. What about Mion?
あ、ミオンてめえ、そりゃなんだよ。ハンバーグなんてどこから。
行事予定表で今日のことをあらかじめ知ってたからね。
What the fuck?
下ごしらえはバッチリってわけよ。
That's so stupid.
私のカレーはゴージャスに行くよ。
Upon closer inspection, it looks like Mion brought her own vegetables and spices and other ingredients. They were spread all over the place. Mion, just for today, you brought all this stuff from your house?
意義あり。先生、こんなのありですか。
異議を却下します。美味しいカレーができれば先生は何でも OK です。
Jesus. For that normally serious teacher to go so far as to append a star at the end of her sentence. Oh, I like that. That was good. Just as the rumor said, she's through and through a curry freak.
レナとリカちゃんは天性の料理上手。私は入念な事前準備。で、ケイちゃんは
It's hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling vegetables is only a small part of it. The hurdles I must overcome are just too numerous and too high.
前原さん、こっち、こっち。
Turning around, I saw the voices calling me belonging to the two underclassmen from early. Wow, these two underclassmen need a freaking character
なん
arc.
だよお前ら。
What up, you guys?
その鍋はなんだよ。お前らの班のか。
これ気づかれないうちに前原さんの鍋とすり替えてください。
No way, am I gonna win with this?
うちの女子のカレーなら前原さんが作るよりは出来はいいと思います。
You guys. For me?
勘違いしないでくださいよ。僕たち前原さんに勝ってもらわないと。
Oh, that's right. If I don't win, then the talk of eating Satoko and Rika-chan's curry goes right out the window. Seems like you guys are getting riled up about this too.
すまん。世話になる。だが、お前らのグループの女子がよく許したな。
前原さん、俺たちも本気ってことです。
Filling in on day duty 3 times, these guys, to assure me victory, have paid the price. That gaze filled with burning conviction for my underclassmen. Yeah, I'm not fighting this alone. I'm fighting this with everyone.
任せておけ。腹は空かせておけよ。絶対に食わせてやるからな。
お待ち申し上げております。
Interesting. It's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. all that's left is to let it stew a bit. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. The pot gifted to me by my two underclassmen certainly drew some double takes. Rena even looked surprised when she came to take a look, so it must be pretty good. Or she could read your mind.
ケイちゃんやるじゃない。これは最後までわからない勝負になったね。ケイチ君のカレー、レナも食べてみたくなっちゃうな。
レナのカレーもミオンのカレーもみんな強敵だよ。俺の最善は尽くしたが結果はどうか。
ケイチさん、リカが呼んでますわよ。言ってあげてでございますわ。
That's ominous. What? Rika-chan's calling me. What could it be? Oh, whatever. While I'm at it, I can gather some intelligence on the enemy. I don't like this music. Like, I like the music. Rika-chan was doodling on the ground in front of the pot because all that's left is to let it stew. Even then, it's good to know that she doesn't leave the stove unattended.
よ、リカちゃんの方はどんな具合だい？
カレーさんなのです。
Huh? Rika-chan was doodling something strange and introduced it as Mr. Curry.
カレーさんはすごいのです。
She's gonna like call me out or some shit.
目からビームも出ます。
Shoots beams from his eyes.
ビー。
Apparently, Mr. Curry shoots beams from his eyes. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Does this mean I've been shot with a laser?
バリアー！ビーム反射！
Took another stick in my hand and reflected the beam, striking Mr. Curry.
カレーさんのお腹からはミサイルも撃てるのです。
What is this about?
ビシュー。
That's a good...
おりゃー！前原超電磁バリアー！そして反撃のビーム！
カレーさんはビームエネルギーを吸収して波動砲を撃てるのです。
I remember these kinds of conversations when I was a kid. Rika-chan and I scratched at the ground, thoroughly engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment.
なあ、リカちゃん、俺に何か用があって呼んだんじゃないのか？
はい、呼びましたですよ。でももうご用は終わっているのです。
Yes. That's a good tactic.
やられた！
That's a good tactic. Headed back to my spot, standing there just as I feared was Satoko. With no questions asked, I drop kicked the back of her head.
何をしますの？レディの頭を何だとお思いですの？
なことはどうでもいい。まさかサトコ、俺のカレーに何か混ぜたんじゃ。
失礼な。
How impertinent.
そこまで落ちぶれてはおりませんわ。こう見えても私フェアですのよ。
じゃあこのよくわからない並べ方をしてあるしゃもじとかお皿とかはなんだ？こんな不安定な置き方をして倒れたらどうすんだよ。
At that moment, a gentle breeze blew by, knocking over a ladle that stood up on its end. Kamala fell over and knocked over the next cooking utensil in a row. Did she just make a freaking Rube Goldberg machine?
これは芸術だな。
She did.
そういえば昔テレビでドミノ倒し世界記録に挑戦なんてのが流行ったよな。
ケイちゃん、フライパン。
I didn't even have time to react. Chain reaction knocked over a cutting board and a frying pan. Next after that was my pot. Jesus. Frying pan struck my pot full force, tipping it over. You don't realize how many explosions this game has until, like, they're loud as fuck. The contents cruelly spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. Stared dumbfounded. Such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap for that moment, I lost touch with reality.
あらあら、大惨事ですわね。私は何もしてませんのよ。あはははは。
At the very last moment, I had let my guard down. I ignored the culinary incompetent Satoko for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, Satoko still had this method of fighting back. Just then, Rena, who had been sampling her own pot, let out a scream. Rena was also sabotaged? Rena also sabotaged? Then what about Neon? Hey, so we all lost. Damn. Mika-chan and Satoko rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content. Damn, GG's. Pushing the desks together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service, to whom we owed the gratitude for their daily work, were guided to their seats. The principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the forestry service seemed to like that kind of thing and gave their enthusiastic approval.
さて、皆さんできましたね。ではこれから審査員の皆さんと校長先生と私で試食をしますからね。
Everybody in their class brought up their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. Only club members who managed a decent result were Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Rena plated her curry for the judges. She already knew she was going to get a low score. At least she was still able to serve hers. Both Mion and my curry were completely obliterated, so we didn't even line them up on the table. We couldn't even line them up on the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. We had a lively discussion praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn.
次は竜宮君のカレーであるな。実にうまそうである。
Principal cheerfully shoveled a spoonful of Rena's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed.
あらあら、竜宮さんどうしちゃったんですか？途中まではあんなに美味しそうだったのに。
I don't know how to pronounce this sensei's name. Chie sensei? Chie sensei must have had some expectations judging from her disappointment.
すみません。間違えてお塩を一袋入れちゃって。
The rest of the judges grimaced after they each had a bite. I feel so sorry for
失敗
them.
こそ成功の調味料である。次回に期待するぞ。頑張りたまえ。
Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the oversalted curry in one go. Truly a man amongst men. Rena was down and out. Her offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense.
では、次は僕たちのご賞味。フルデさんの班のカレーもとっても頑張っていますね。どれどれ？素朴だけど、これはとても美味しくできてます。
There was also the incident with Rena's salted curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinary, but perhaps today's forerunner. The judges began a heated debate. One of those judges let out a sigh as he removed a chunk of carrot with a spoon.
この子のカレーも結構悪くないけどな。俺、人参嫌いなんだよね。
Ooh. Personally, I think carrots are a staple of curry, but I guess to each their own. However, seeing that, Rika-chan read the nameplate on the chest of his coveralls and began to speak.
ダメですよ、教授。
Okay.
人参を残してはいけません。
She's trying to win over the judge. What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to Rika-chan with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. The carrot-hating judge began stuffing his face with curry while tears streamed down his face.
ジョージ、おかわりありますですよ。
Mommy? While crying like that, he continued to shovel curry into his mouth. That's right. Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With the carrot-hating judge out of the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous.
リカのカレーには誰もかないませんのよ。
Satoko-chan let off a shrill laugh as she declared victory, but at that moment... Don't be fooled, my esteemed judges. Don't be deceived into thinking that this meager slop is the taste only a mother could provide. What you people actually wanted to eat was this kind of curry, wasn't it? Ooh. All of a sudden, in its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teacher, the underclassmen, and of course myself could only gasp in admiration. Hamburg steak with the demi-glace sauce and a fresh salad. It's a set. Wouldn't be stretching it to say that this was a full-course meal. It's perfect. Perfectly made.
すごいすごい。みーちゃんすごい。みーちゃんすごい。
Satoko was also shocked. Even Rika-chan couldn't hide her surprise. It seemed that victory was decided without even needing a taste. Of course, the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad also had a home-style dressing, but of professional quality. And the curry, not even a micron of grit.
とっても美味しい。
Wow. Truly taste the savor, Sonozaki-san. This curry is no doubt a living testimony to the 6,000 years... What? In beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine.
先生、感激です。これは満点の仕上がりですね。100点をあげちゃいます。いえいえ、どういたしま。クラス委員長として模範を示したまでです。
Mion bowed politely, and then winked at us with a smirk on her face.
僕の負けなのです。そんなはずありませんわ。確かに半分に再興しましたのに。
That's right. Otoko had dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker that should have ruined it, but at that moment it hit me. I spun my back towards my own canister. That's why. At some point, my cooking canister had been opened, and its contents completely emptied.
いいおめえ俺のご飯を使いやがったなずるいぞお前のカレーも半分よこせ
Mion clucked her tongue and waved her finger at me as a smirk washed over her face.
おっとケイちゃん、それは甘えてるよ。この最後の土壇場をケイ、私は諦めなかった。そういう差でしょ。勝負は捨てたらおしまいってこと。
Couldn't even properly voice my shame.
みーちゃん、ケイチくんかわいそうだよ。ちょっとくらいなら分けてあげて。いいのいいの。これは授業料だよ。ケイちゃんは今、勝負を最後まで捨ててはいけないことを学んだの。ね。
Loathes me to say it, but Mion is right. To give up so quickly on the match was my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should actually be thankful to her. Well then, did that mean even in this situation I shouldn't give up?
カレーは鍋ごとひっくり返しご飯すらも残ってないこの状況でどう勝負を諦めるなんて言うんだよ
前原さん
Omita-kun and Okamura-kun suddenly appeared. Damn it. Even though my proteges had tried so hard, I wasn't able to meet their expectations.
事故ですよ。仕方ないです。
Both of them were dejected. I couldn't accept defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up the broken pieces of the dream I had shown them? I just learned it from Mion just now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment.
考えろ前原圭一考えるんだカレーを作る方法じゃない勝負に勝つ方法だくわー
I had an idea. What idea? I didn't think I could turn the tables, but it was better than nothing.
富田君、手を洗ってこい。手伝ってくれ。岡村君には探してきてほしいものがあるんだ。
了解です。
Both of them disappeared after receiving these instructions.
最後にケイちゃんがどう上がった見せてもらおうじゃない。往生際の悪い男は嫌われますのよ。
うるせえ。俺の最後の勝負を黙って見てろ。まずミオン、お前の飯盒をもらうぞ。嫌とは言わせん。
別にいいけどしょっぱいよ。レナも手伝っていいよね。ケイキ君非常事態だし。
Okay.
そう言ってもらえるなら心強い。じゃあレナ、お茶を入れてくれ。
ああ、信頼されてない。
それからサドゴ、そしてリカちゃん、一騎打ちを申し入れる。
なんですって。お話を伺いますですよ。
This is my duty to my two proteges who had shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake.
俺が100点をもらえたら、お前らのカレーをいただく。
冗談もほどほどでございますのよ。そんなのあかんぺーでございますわよ。いや、いいでしょサトコ、受けなよ。
Why does she care? Oh, I don't know why she's letting this happen. Like, if I was winning, I'd be like, fuck you, no, you're not getting anything, I'm taking my rice. And good that Satoko said no. But Mion's like, yeah, no, give it to him.
再起なんかあるわけがない。だからサトコも堂々としてなよ。どうあがこうと逆転などあるわけがない。そうでしょ。そうでございますけど、僕はいいですよ。
You can't be that cocky, right? Like, you have to...
ファイト、おーです。
Curious as to what at all I'm gonna do. The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling the various curries, were debating each entry. From what I overheard, it seemed that Mion's impending victory was not in question.
そういえば、前原くんのカレーはどうなりましたか。先生、まだ食べてませんよ。
はい。俺のカレーは、
ん？そうであるか。それは実に残念である。
カレーは失いましたが、勝負を失ったわけじゃありません。皆さんをうまいと言わせてみせます。
My combative posturing had drawn the attention of all the
まず
judges.
は黙って食ってください。文句はそれから伺います。これが俺の料理だ。
前原くん、それは。
おにぎりであるか。
The judges smiled wryly at that simple fare that was quite in contrast to the preceding bravado. Rena poured tea into the cup she had brought over from the break room.
バカにしてますわ。それに、ほら、中身も何もない、ただの塩握りで終わります。こんなの勝負にもなりませんわ。確かに、塩加減は悪くないかもしれないけど。
Rena's expression told me that she thought this was a great idea, but it still might not be enough to win the match.
前原さん、本当にこんなので。
後輩諸君、よく尽くしてくれた。大丈夫。黙って見てるんだ。
The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping at the tea. The tea is going to counteract the salt and the onigiri, the rice thing, the triangle rice thing. Because the tea is so bitter,
ケイちゃんも
or sweet.
卑怯な手を使うようになったね。こりゃつらいな。あ、そうか。レナにも分かったよ。どういうことですの？なんでみんな黙ってあんなにも食べてますの？それはね、さとこちゃん。審査員さんたちね、実は。
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. It's a curry eating contest, judges. You can't just like, oh, I'm tired of this, so this other thing wins that's completely different. And because the judges They had to sample each offering, and because they were from small children, because they were made to show their appreciation, they couldn't just eat a little bit of each.
男はな、時には味よりも量を尊ぶこともある。その時味は心震わせるものよりも素朴であることが望ましい。
Okay. Sure. They couldn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they've had today. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly.
健闘は称えるが、今日はカレー勝負。
Thank you.
これに点数を与えて良いものなのか。
The teacher and the principal had folded their arms while they pondered the situation. My underling, seeing that, saw the small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Is this little surprise just not enough?
諦めるな、ケイちゃん。
Why is she helping me? Get out of here, Mion. I don't need your help. I mean, I do need your help, obviously, because I'm giving up over here, but...
いえ、先生、
No.
採点はしていただきます。カレーとおにぎりを異なって評価することに
前原君、何を言ってるんですか？カレーとおにぎりがなぜ？
Principal stopped the teacher. It looked like he was giving me one final chance. The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my
本
statement.
場インドのカレーは何というパンで食べるそうですね。ですから、このカレーライスという料理はそれを取り入れアレンジした日本の食文化の一つと言えるでしょう。冒頭に先生がおっしゃられた通り、インドと日本の文化の融合の
前原君の言うことはわかります。でもそれとおにぎりにどんな？
とても簡単なことなんですよ。カレーもおにぎりもこれを美味しく食べるための知恵なんです。
Okay. Alright. Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements, disease, and pests to grow and raise our rice-centric culture. Yes, the Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, and those were nothing more than attempts to find joy eating, or to enjoy eating rice. In other
カ
words,
レーもおにぎりも決勝なのです。
Jesus. It was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady roar. There was a thunderous applause that praised me.
よまいごともほどほどになさいます。認めませんわよ。先生はカレーの出来を採点してますのよ。こんなのは採点外。0点がふさわしいに決まってるでございますわ。先生、ケイチ君は頑張ったんです。認めてあげてください。
カレーの授業のはずだったのにどうしましょう。
Leon, stifling her laughter, stepped forward.
かつてフランスからある高名なシェフが来日した時、ホテルの人たちがさまざまな材料をフランスから空輸したんだそうです。
What?
で
Okay.
もそのシェフはそれらに見向きもしませんでした。どうしてなのですか？本場の材料さんなのですよ。シェフは地元の漁港へ行き、日本で採れた新鮮な幸を使って料理を作ったそうです。食文化は決められたルールに縛られるものじゃない。文化なんです。日本に来れば日本の文化と溶け合って、まただからカレーもおにぎりも同じ日本の文化なんで
This
す。
is the weirdest conversation to be having, and why Mion is helping me, I have no idea. He was providing fire support. I had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated yet baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she refolded her arms.
前原君はカレーのお鍋をひっくり返してしまったそう。危ないから気をつけなさいと初めにあれだけ言ったのに。
すみません。
ですが前原君や園崎さんが言うように食文化には垣根はありません。人を心底感嘆させるものならその形式は何ら差別されるものではない。
じゃあ
お鍋をひっくり返したので、でも今日だけですよ。くじけないで頑張ったので特別に20点プラス100点をあげておきましょう。
My underclassmen yet leapt at me. A perfect score. We did it, we did it. The curry was split and our rice was taken. But we made a comeback. In the end, Rika-chan's curry also received full marks, so everybody but Rena had a perfect score. Since this contest was outside of the scope of regular activities, there wasn't any particular penalty game. Rena breathed a sigh of relief.
さて、約束だぞ。さとこにリカちゃん、君たちのカレーは没収する。
それじゃ私たちのお昼がなくなっちゃいますわ。
Totoko stopped angrily at the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was
そう言い
absolute.
たいところだが、情けだ。
Yeah.
半分は食ってよし。
ケイチ、ありがとうなのです。
That was the plan all along. My two proteges peered over from the sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. I want to see the anime because I want to see what these kids look like, or if they even show these kids in the anime. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. What glances are those? We did it, Meibara-san. This is all thanks to you. Flash each other a thumbs up.
さて、このカレーは後輩たちに渡してだ。俺も腹が減ったよな。自分のおにぎりでも食うか。で、あれ
There was no trace of my onigiri. The ones I had set aside for myself included. As I peered around searching for them, the principal had clasped a hand on my shoulder.
さっきの前原君の話を聞いていたら
ひょっとして俺の分も食べちゃいました？
The principal simply laughed without answering. Seriously? Yeah, what kind of adult does that? Seriously, my eyes half brimming with tears and my stomach rumbling, I was called over by the teacher.
前原くん、さっきはああいう場だったので満点ということにしましたが。
え？分かってって何がっすか？
There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. If I had to describe it, it was curry-colored. Like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes rolled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me. The teacher clutched. Is there going to be an explosion? Drew me in closer until our noses were almost touching.
カレーはこの世で一番尊くて神聖な素晴
Yes,
ら
I'm
し
gonna
い
get
料理です。
smacked. Get ready for the explosion.
それとおにぎりを同一扱いするなんて断固許せません。いいですか？カレーは四大河川文明に匹敵する第5の文明として古代インドに生まれ、アショカ王の時代にカビラ城で釈迦の生誕にバンコク食文化博覧会が絶賛して、ミシュランぐるぐるエッフェル塔すらもカレー漬けをぐつぐつ煮込んで、ターメリックを寝ても覚めてもカレーカレーカレーカレー。
The text keeps going. Wait. Hold on. The Eiffel Tower was pickled in simmering curry turmeric whether you are asleep or awake. No. Get the fuck out of here.
ちょっとケイチさん、何をフラフラしてますの？後片付けもお料理の一部ですのよ。ケイチくん、目がカレーだよ。どうしたのかな、この。
Curry,
あ
curry.
っちゃー、やられたか。大丈夫。一昼夜で元に戻るよ。
What?
多分。
Probably wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my sentence. Interesting. That perfect timing. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. So there's I don't know. I was kind of like a filler episode as far as like my books go, you know. The idea that and all the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do with that lunch. In the end, it was kind of like I didn't really glean very much information from that episode. I was thinking during the episode, but I didn't want to say it because it was just kind of random. But what if I'm trying to think of like where this is in the story, and I think my mind's made up that it's just a prequel, but like they could go full Danganronpa on me and say like you're actually Satoshi, but they gave you the nickname Keiichi. Meibara, or some shit. Oh no, that would be too crazy. That would be too like. There's no way that's what's happening. I've just my freaking crazy mind is thinking it. And then I also thought like maybe this is like maybe I lost my memories before I came back here, and like this is before they were evil. But that also doesn't make much sense because like they've been doing things that seem very demon-like. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I feel like it's hard to assume anything at this point, you know? Like they've given me not enough information to make a logical decision. So it's just there's a lot of speculation on like where this could go. I think Shion is probably a different thing, and I've said it before, like on the previous episode and at the beginning of this one, but I just think she's a separate person because the idea that I don't know. It's just part of me wants a friend in this, and if this is a prequel, then I'm not gonna get Oishi as a friend in this. So I'll just be all alone. But maybe that's what they want. You know, there's like no, like I said before, there's no information at this point. I also don't get like what I said at the beginning. I'm sure someone's either already answered it or cannot answer it for me. But why am I allowed to leave? Because I went to lunch with Oishi-san and they're like, why did you leave town? And it's like, what the fuck? I just went to have lunch. Or maybe it was just because I was with Oishi-san and not the act of leaving town, but the act of leaving town and talking with a detective about the murders. Maybe that's what it was. But we've left town several times in this prequel thing. So I don't know what that is, you know? I gotta go ahead and end it here before I talk your ear off on conspiracy and stuff that I have no idea because they haven't given me enough information to make opinions yet. So far, I'm still at the they're all demons kind of deal, but we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. I really appreciate that crap. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode of this. Peace out, you guys.